Hello and welcome back to my scrap room. My name is Jennifer and I am an independent consultant with Close to My Heart. And today we are going to be working with the In My Heart card making kit. This kit is featured on page 31 of the Seasonal Expressions catalog that is live May through August of 2018. And again, it is on page 31 and the item number is G1156. Now I've already done all of the cuts, so we're going to do assembly. And there's a few changes that I have made. First off, I'm going to be using some shimmer trim. I'm going to use the bronze, and I'll show you where I'm going to use that. You guys know that I do not do dovetail cutting very well, so I'm going to pull out my trusty little EK Success punch to do those. It comes with sequins. You will need some foam tape. And then the three colors that you're going to be using are New England Ivy, Glacier, and Charcoal. And again, because we are assembly style stamping, I'm going to be pulling out my mini mister to kind of help me do this in an organized fashion. And on some of it, I may be going in and out, speeding it up, and playing some music in the background to make it more enjoyable for you guys. But let's get started. So again, I've already done all of my cuts, and I'm making a change right here, and I'll show you what it is. Get my stamp set out. Okay, so here is the stamp set that comes with the kit. And it is a very cute stamp set. I really, really like it. But the first change that I'm going to make is on this piece right here. It is actually 1B on your cutting guide. They want me to take this stamp and dip it in New England Ivy and then stamp it on this piece of paper. I'm not going to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my burlap ribbon that I have so much left over from the scrapbooking workshop your way. I'm going to use my burlap ribbon and I'm going to put it down the side. So I'm going to do that first. So I've cut 6 lengths of ribbon. Okay, so here is all of the pieces with the ribbon. I like the extra texture that it provides. If you don't have the ribbon, if you didn't buy the scrapbooking workshop, by all means use this stamp and just stamp it right where the ribbon is with the New England Ivy. But I like the extra texture. So those are done. The one thing I would caution is you saw me trimming the edges of the burlap ribbon. It does get all feathery and flaky on your work surface, so just be careful with that. And then we're going to dovetail. Seriously. There we go. This is the best punch if you're not a good dovetailer like me. Again, if you do not have the punch, you can do this cut with scissors. I'm not very good at it. So anytime I can, I use the punch. And now we are going to stamp the cards. So I've got my mini mister, or my mini misty. And we're going to use this stamp. Always in my heart and on my mind stamp. And what I'm going to do is they want the gray. So I'm going to take the lid and get it out of my way. And then I'm going to position my stamp. Pick it up. Sorry for the shaking. Double check my placement. Yep. There's a very strong magnet. Ink my stamp up, and I'll show you one of the reasons I love, pardon the shaking, it's my table, I can't get around it, but one of the reasons I love the stamping platform is if I do not get a good impression on the first stamp, which because of the magnet I did not, I can go over it. And as long as I've got it tucked down in this corner, I'm guaranteed that it's where it needs to be. And I can do this as many times as I need to make sure that I have the pigment that I want on the card. So just like that. So I'm going to do all of these and get right back to you. Okay, so you see me using the stamp cleaner and just a rag. This is our stamp cleaner. I've just decanted it into a larger bottle. I buy the refill bottles, they're in the catalog, and I just put them in a large bottle because I use so much of it. So I just took myself down to the to the little Target or Walmart or whatever and just bought myself a little spray bottle. So the next step, and one reason why I love stamp positioners, is this little leaf. And I can still put this exactly where I want it. Pick it up. And this time we're going to use the New England Ivy. That magnet's still getting, this is such a small piece of paper, that magnet is still getting in the way. And that will lighten up a bit as it dries. So right now it appears really dark, but it will lighten up. Okay, so I have my stamp bases. I have my card bases. I've already put my name on the back of them. And we are going to just start assembly. So here is card 1. And let's move on to card 2. So for card 2, I need my shimmer trim. Just flip these over. Oh, there it is. I did get the bronze trim. Okay, that makes me feel better. I'm not totally losing my mind. Okay, so again, I'm going to get my stamp platform. And this one is going to be "Your kindness means so much." And then there's another little stamp that's going to go on the side of the card that just says "Thanks." I'm not going to do that one. For that one, I'm going to use the bronze shimmer trim because I want to leave my cards as generic as possible. So I'm not going to use the thanks part of this card. So again, I'm going to set my paper down in the bottom corner. I like working out at the bottom corner because it means I don't always have to use the magnet. I can reposition exactly where I need to reposition. And we're going to use the charcoal stamp pad again. Okay, I stopped the camera for just a moment to wash my hands because I had ink all over me. It doesn't matter if I'm using blocks or if I'm using a rag or a stamp platform. I can't seem to stamp without getting the ink all over me. So I just know that I have to stop periodically and wash my hands. But I'm kind of glad it happened because I realized something happened on these cards that I was stamping, and I can show you how to fix it. So here and here is just a tiny little fingerprint from when I was stamping. I got a little bit of ink on my finger, I touched the card. It happens. If you're a stamper, it happens. This is a sand eraser. It is a Tombow sand eraser, 512A mono, and it says for ink. And basically what it does is it will not work on hard images, like it will not take the actual sentiment off, but it will take tiny little fingerprints off. So if you accidentally stick your finger in the ink, and then touch the paper, it'll take your fingerprint off. Now, what it's actually doing is taking very fine layers of the paper off, but it works when there's just a tiny little fingerprint. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dovetail all of these. So let's make a length. Okay, so I have the adhesive on everything, and while I was putting adhesive on, I realized I missed a step. So I'm going to do that last because there's adhesive making things bumpity. So I'm going to take the tiny little heart, put it on my tiny little block, because this is so small. There's really no sense in getting the stamp platform out. And I'm going to put that right there. So again, I have my cards. My name's already on the back of them. Okay, so the part that I changed was this one right here. Was supposed to be stamped on White Daisy in charcoal, and it is supposed to be that stamp right there where this says thanks, and then you trim it out. But I wanted this card to be as generic as possible because you don't know whose kindness and what it's going to be. So I didn't want it to be a thank you card. So I just traded it out with the bronze shimmer trim. That is quite the card kit. Quite the card kit indeed. If you enjoyed this workshop and would like one for your own, please go to the little website right here listed in the corner. Go to the shopping tab and that will take you to the Close to My Heart page, but I will also put a link in the description for you so that you can go right to that link and get what you would like. Also, if you would like to be informed once a week of new videos that get published, please hit that subscribe button. I love every single one of my subscribers. You're the person that I'm talking to when I'm playing, and you are the reason that I am making these videos. Again, I don't make any money off of these videos. I only make money when someone purchases supplies off my site. The videos are just pure enjoyment so that you can play with your supplies without ever having to leave your home. Thank you for spending time with me today. Until next time, bye-bye.